Hi, Dr. Alex here, and breaking news! The Doctor Season 13 audiobook has just been released! But wait, I hear you cry. Haven't I heard this gag before? And hasn't that book been out for years? Well, as anyone who saw the recent video about the Doctor Season 12 audiobook just being released, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And yes, the Doctor Season 13 has been out for quite some time. It was indeed first broadcast on YouTube way back in 2021, so yes, the best part of 3 years ago, and then it was rapidly published in Kindle and book forms also in 2021, before finally being published as an audiobook through Audible in 2022. All quite some time ago. But as anyone who's seen the recent Season 12 video will know, they claimed they were going to send it out to other audiobook publishers shortly thereafter, and I don't think we're in the shortly territory anymore. So I felt justified in now resubmitting the Doctor Season 13 to Findaway Voices, the audiobook arm of Spotify. And as such, it is now available through Spotify, Kobo, Google Play, and Libro FM. And I hope many, many more people will be able to enjoy the Doctor Season 13 along with the Doctor Season 12 through all these various outlets, thanks to Findaway Voices. And for those who are missing the Doctor Season 14, which is currently in the middle of its broadcast run and having a small break for the summer holidays, I would remind you that the Doctor Season 14 has been available since October 2023, at least in book form, in Kindle, paperback and hardback forms through Amazon. So anyone in desperate need of spoilers can get the entirety of the Doctor Season 14 there, and have been able to since October 2023. But fear not, the final 5 episodes will be broadcast starting in September onwards of this year. If anything else is broadcast between now and September, which in any way resembles these episodes, remember that, as I've said here multiple times, the entirety of the Doctor Season 14 has been available to buy, peruse, gather ideas from since October 2023. So if anything else that is broadcast between now and September in any way resembles those episodes, I would simply ask you to remember that date of October 2023 and ask yourself, who is copying who? Anyway, back to the Doctor Season 13. As with the last few videos I've made on audiobooks that I've released, I will now leave you with the free sample from one of the various outlets through which it's available. I think once again I'll go back to Spotify, since Spotify are the ones who are behind Findaway Voices and are therefore the ones who have made all this possible. So here is the audio free sample from Spotify's release of The Doctor Season 13. And I hope that will keep you going until the next episode of The Doctor. And to all my watchers, subscribers, listeners and supporters, thank you and take care. A few flakes of snow danced playfully over the Antarctic tundra, lifted and spun by a relatively gentle midsummer breeze. By now, the snow was all too familiar with the tall blue box standing upon the plain, was utterly unfazed by it. Around the TARDIS, standing or lying, were countless penguins, well spaced from each other at perhaps 10 metres or more, but spreading in countless numbers almost to the horizon. Many of these avian residents shuffled around in a confused fashion, as if recently awakened from a long sleep or possibly a nightmare. Many more lay unmoving upon the snow, cold and dead. Almost at the horizon itself, it looked as if a vast shallow wave was standing like some oily tsunami, threatening to sweep across the land to drown all in a viscous slick of purest night. Only this tsunami was receding. Slowly the black wall shrank and disappeared. Romana tapped the doctor's arm.
I think it is gone.
The doctor had slipped off his ear defenders. I'm sorry, what did you say? I couldn't hear a word.
I said, I think it's gone.
You know, I think you may be right. By now, those penguins still infested with the bulk entities will be so far apart that their infections will almost certainly seep out of our reality back into the bulk and leave them free of their influence.
Free or dead, it seems.
Well, obviously there have been some casualties, but their surviving numbers are sufficient to recover in a decade or two.
So, it is concluded then, our mopping up of the lingering effects of the bulk incursions. So where now, Doctor?
We could just watch the sunset.
Doctor, stop playing for time. We are always on Earth. We spend far too much time here. We do have a time machine. We can go anywhere in time and space. I would like to get as far away from Earth as possible, both in space and time.
As far away as possible, eh? I think I have just the place. 200,000 years in the future, and thousands of light years away, around a blue B-type star. Believe me, you'll see everything in an entirely new light.
That does sound like a welcome change. Does this place have a name, by any chance?
Of course. The planet I was thinking of is called Albia. The inhabitants are non-human. In fact, the system is far, far away from any areas of human expansion in that part of the galaxy. It is highly unlikely we'll find any Earthlings there at this point in their history, or any other for that matter. As such, they should provide an interesting source of study and research, as well as providing a lovely change of scene from dear old planet Earth.
Then let's waste no more time here, Doctor. Time to explore brave new worlds.
So, shall we see where we have set down?
Doctor, this is Earth.
No, it is not.
There's no point denying it. In spite of your stated goal to move us as far from Earth as possible, you couldn't have got wider of the mark if you tried. This is the British Museum. That is a post box. If that GR on the front is current, I would guess we're in the 1920s or 30s, under one of the Georges. Certainly the vehicles on the street look in keeping with that period, as do the airships.
Oh, Romana, Romana. Once again, have you so little faith? That is not the British Museum. GR is not George Rex. And those are not airships.
I think you owe me an explanation, and it had better be a very, very good one.
As you wish. This is Albia, not Earth. This is its capital city, Londra. A similar name, I'll grant you, but 1,000,000 billion miles from London, Earth. That is the Albion Imperial Museum.
I would like to say I can't believe you have done this, but this level of dishonesty is par for the course for you. And yet still my own hopes betrayed me. I had hoped this behavior from you had finally run its course.
What do you mean? I have taken us ages from Earth, both in time and space. There will be no humans here, and...
You may have told the literal truth, but in spirit it is nothing but lies and selfishness, rotten to the core. You knew I wanted new experiences away from Earth. Knew this because I told you. And yet, what did you want? Clearly you could not shake free from this obsession with all things earthly, and so you devised this clever ruse in order to keep to the letter of your word, yet all the while satisfying your own wants and desires. With no discussion, no hints, no warnings, just an "oh, look, what a strange coincidence, how familiar it all seems," and a shrug. But I had seen signs of you growing and learning from your recent experiences, had hoped you had begun to break your selfish habits. And yet, here we are. Actions have consequences. You of all people should understand that.
Romana, I am sorry.
We shall see.
Master! Mistress!
Romana, we're trapped.
Consequences. And so it begins.
Masters, mistresses, the Doctor requires materials in order to maintain the TARDIS and ensure continued functionality. He similarly requires carbon-based comestibles to sustain his own biological functions and existence. Master would never say this, but he requires aid beyond that supplied by this unit in order to acquire these. To aid the Doctor in his various tasks and creations, this can be most effectively achieved via Patreon or Substack subscriptions, or through donations directly to PayPal. Or if you desire physical goods in return for your contributions, written accounts of my travels with the Doctor are also available on Amazon. Links are in the description below. Thank you, Masters, mistresses.